Hey there, fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Sue, and you've just stepped into Entrepreneurs Gone Wild. Every week, I'll introduce you to a friend of mine, a remarkable entrepreneur who's not just changing the world, but also harnessing a secret weapon, time outdoors. Together, we'll dive into their journey, unpack invaluable business advice, and discover why embracing the wild is not just good for the soul, but also a goldmine for inspiration and innovation. Ready to uncover the secret that's boosting bottom lines and fueling joy? Hit subscribe and join us in the wild. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to introduce Casper Stockham. He's one half of a dynamic duo who's transforming the world of Christian broadcasting and marriage counseling. Casper, along with his wife Cheryl, are the driving forces behind I Am Love Builders. It's a platform that revolutionizes how faith-based content reaches audiences. As experienced TV broadcasters and producers, they've cracked the code on turning ideas and podcasts into successful TV programs. But Casper's expertise doesn't stop at broadcasting. As a marriage coach, he's dedicated to strengthening relationships through faith-based principles. Get ready to meet a visionary who's bridging the gap between traditional media and modern content creation, all while fostering stronger marriages and deeper faith. Casper, welcome to Entrepreneurs Gone Wild. I'm really glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad I'm here as well, and I definitely need that intro. I need to use that.
Well, you can have it. There you go. That's awesome. Now, I got to know more. I know you've got so many exciting things coming on. You've got a new show that's launching. You've got this fantastic new coaching program that you've got going that I am like blown away, that pick you up and drop you. I want to hear everything. So I will come down and ask you, who do you help and what problem are you solving for them?
Yeah, so we help, we help couples, but we also help singles in their relationship and marriage challenges. We've been doing this for over 16 plus years. So we have a variety of tools and workshops and things like that we use. We even created a card game to use as icebreakers and things like that. So yeah, we're just excited to help people and help the relationship game really to get back on track. And stop the divorce rate. So we wrote a book called Divorce Proofing Your Marriage last year.
Wow.
There's a lot of pieces to it, but yeah, we're just excited to help those folks.
That's amazing. I love that with the card game. Like, it's like the sneaky things that you can get. I mean, it's not sneaky, but it is kind of sneaky. It's like you're not realizing, like, all right, this is actually work, but it's working on something that's really, really, really important. Yeah. And then book two, that's really cool. How did you get to this? Were you born a marriage counselor and broadcaster, or was there an entrepreneurial spark that kind of lit your way?
Yeah, so I had a very challenging relationship issues. I call it BC, so that's before Cheryl. I was a mess.
That's so great. We have to just take a moment and appreciate that, because that is really cool. Like, Cheryl's that's gotta get her right there.
Yeah. So I was a mess. I had several failed marriages, several failed relationships. And I can remember the moment, I can't remember the exact day, but I was sitting in my car outside of my apartment, and I just got out of another failed relationship. And I was telling God, I said, God, I really want to be married, but obviously I had no idea how to pick the right person. And so now I'm just going to settle into being single. I said, but if the right person is out there, please bring her to me, because I'm going to stop, forcing this. And then about 2 weeks later, I got the vision of Cheryl. Now, I knew Cheryl and she knew me, but we were not friends. We didn't talk. It wasn't like, we were like eyeing each other. In fact, she hated me. I found out later.
Oh no.
Because I was cocky and arrogant and stuff, but it was because of the toxic relationship that I was in. So, so I asked her out on a date, and she reluctantly agreed. We went to the movies and stuff, and then we talked for 3 hours after that. And I knew that night that God had solved my problem.
That's so great.
but it took me 2 more weeks to convince her that
I
maybe,
was gonna say she
that
may not have been
may
of the same opinion.
no, she did not. She did not. So, but maybe that there's something there. And then, but to fast forward to the end of that particular story, 45 days later, we were married.
Wow. You must have had some good sales skills, Mister. That's
I think
incredible.
it was all God, to be honest with you, because everything just clicked. We were so
Yeah.
compatible that, there wasn't really a lot of challenges. Now she did have me on the hot seat every night. She was asking me questions. She's like, so how many times were you married? And how many, what? She said, now you do realize the common denominator in all that foolishness is you.
Uh-huh.
I was
Uh-huh.
like,
So she was
yeah,
not afraid to, right?
no, no, she was not afraid to state her opinion. And that was 22 years ago. So,
Wow. Oh man, that's the clincher. That sentence right there. That's
yeah,
a beautiful thing. And so
yeah,
clearly you were also, receptive, willing, like you're already asking God, please send this person. You're up for growing. You find this partner who's
yeah,
like, in this to win it with you. And
yeah,
that's amazing. So
yeah.
then did you guys immediately start this? I almost I want to call it a ministry, but it's also a business. So, but like how did that
Well,
actually start happening?
yeah, yeah. So that was interesting because we've been married for about 4 years, and we were attending a church, and we were on the committee to put together a marriage retreat.
Hmm.
And they were asking people on the committee to contribute to the retreat as far as speaking or doing a section of the retreat. So we agreed, and I had been presenting in sales and marketing for years, and so had Cheryl. That was
Hmm.
one of the things we had in common, one of the many things we had in common. So we decided to do a presentation together, and we did that, and it went well. And the pastor came up to us after and said, I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but there's something there. You guys really work well together. You bounce off each other well, and stuff. He said, I know of another couple who are a part of a government grant, and they go around the state and they do workshops. They do marriage workshops. So he hooked us up with them, and we started doing work with this grant, and we did that for 8 years. So we traveled around the state doing workshops and getting paid for it. So that was kind of cool. Um, but then the grant was a government grant, and we were Christians, and we could never really mention God. We could mention
Yeah,
love, we
true.
could mention respect, we could mention forgiveness, we could dance all the way around it, but we could never say, okay, you do realize this is God and Jesus, right? You do realize, you could never
You could
say
call
that.
it anything else, but not.
And
Oh,
so what happened was every year, the grant had to be renewed or whatever, and every year they threw in more and more restrictions. In the
mm,
beginning, we could go to a church and hold a workshop. And the churches loved the material because they recognized God was all over it. They just didn't
mhm.
say God. But the government grant said, okay, you can't hold these workshops in a church.
Oh, gee.
And I mean, it just got really, really bizarre. So he said, okay, you want us to save marriages, but we can't mention God. We can't hold it in the church. Okay, so
Right. Okay.
we just kind of parted ways with that grant, and we just started doing things on our own. We had a a local AM radio show for 2 years, every day for 2 years. We did
Wow.
podcasts and stuff like that, so we can just continue that on.
That's incredible. Like, so a lot of people, like, if you're, gunning, doing this with a grant and then it goes away for whatever reason, they're like, oh no, what do we do? But you had so many pieces and parts of this already. What was that adjustment like for you going from we're kind of funded to, all right, we got to go out and, bring in
Well,
business?
yeah. Well, the grant wasn't our source of income. I mean, it was like a part-time thing. We didn't do it
Okay.
It was like maybe we did a workshop maybe once a month, maybe once every other month. Um, so we had full-time jobs and businesses and stuff going on. So we
Okay.
always had different sources of income. So it wasn't that big of a deal, but we liked doing it. It was something that we enjoyed. So we
Yeah.
to continue that on.
Wow. So when did you make that jump then from, all right, this is kind of our part-time thing that we're doing to what it is now?
Yeah. So it was interesting because we kept building and kept doing things in and around marriages and relationships. But then I got sidetracked for 10 years into politics.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, yeah,
You
I got
came out
sidetracked.
alive right
I
now.
came out alive and I repented. So now I'm good.
We don't have to cast anything out then,
No,
right?
no, no. It's already been casted out and thrown into the pit of hell. Yeah.
Ooh, that's where it
Um,
came from. Right
yeah.
now.
So last year, it's been about a year and a half that I've been out of politics, and I had just lost a really critical race, and we were looking at each other saying, "Okay, what are we doing here? What whatever." So, so we decided that we were going to refocus back on marriages and relationships, and our first task was to write a book.
Wow.
We
Okay.
already knew, we already had the pieces to it. We just needed to put it all together. So I
Mhm.
hired a PR firm, a friend of mine, a friend of ours actually, Angel Tussey, and she helped us put this book together and then help us launch it. And so we launched it last year, not this past April, but the year before, April. I'm sorry, August of
Okay.
last year. And hit the hot new release list and stuff. So that helped kind of get things propelled moving forward. But then we had these connections, these divine connections, because Angel introduced us to a couple who were TV producers, and they wrote the forward to our book. One of the forwards, Angel wrote one forward, and then they wrote another one. And then I circled back around to the guy, and I said, "Hey, so tell me more about this TV producing stuff you guys do." And he said, "Well, you guys could have a TV show too." And I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah." So, that was a whole nother story, if you will. But, we got in touch with the founder of the network, Zandra Evans, and talked to her. And once you are in her orbit, she's like the sun. So once you're in
Mm.
her orbit, you just kind of circle around and so you can't get you can't get out of her orbit.
That's awesome. That's a good way to put it.
In a good way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so she said, she loved our idea and our concept, because our concept was we didn't want to just have like a talk show where you just interview people. We wanted
Mhm.
something a little bit different, a little bit edgy. So we said what we want to do is we want to do a game show, a a marriage game show, kind of like revamping the old was it I think it was a dating game. No, well, not the dating game, newlywed game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah, kind of like that, but a lot fresher and hippie or whatever. And then, but also we had a panel discussion. So we had an interview of the couple. Then we'd come back with a panel discussion with that couple and other couples, and then we had the
Mhm.
game show. So there's three different segments going on during any one show. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of activity, and she loved that concept, and she said, well, there's a huge cost, by the way, of becoming TV producers. It's not cheap
Oh, yeah.
at
I
all.
would imagine.
At all. Was not cheap. And we didn't have the money, okay, that was needed. And, she said,
Mhm.
well, pray about it, whatever. So we prayed and we fasted and we asked the God, saying, what do we do here? We want to do it, but is this really what you want us to do? And we got the word actually was just like, it wasn't like it wasn't clear, like crystal clear, but it was like, there's really nothing stopping you guys from doing this. Just go for it.
Wow. Oh.
So So we reached back out to Zandra and we said, yeah, we really like it. We still don't have money,
Yeah.
but we really like it. She said, well, make me an offer. So we made her an offer, making payments and stuff on it. And she accepted it. So she said,
Wow.
okay, now you have to sign the contract. And we're like, ooh, contract?
Ooh.
Yeah. So we took a breath, prayed some more, fasted some more, signed the contract. And that was like February of this year.
Oh.
And we just got to work, right? We were looking for couples to come on the show, putting the show together, the layout, the set design. Plus, we were in training to become producers with Zandra. She was training us to become producers.
Okay.
And we're making payments, and we're collecting a little bit, but it's still kind of not like there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fast forward to we taped the show in August, and then we tape the show in August, and now the premiere is coming up here in a couple weeks on the 21st of November, and everybody's welcome to be on that and stuff. They probably won't see this until after the premiere, but they can find us on Zandra TV, and you can find it on Roku, Apple, Amazon Fire. You can download Zandra, Zondra TV, and you can find our show called Winning with Love.
Oh.
Winning with Love.
I am so excited for you. That is so, what an amazing journey.
Yeah, and just to put a quick bow on that part, as of right now, the first season is completely paid for.
Wow. Sounds like God
through,
showed up and showed off, right?
God showed up, and things just started happening, and season 1 is 100% paid for, and now we're looking at starting up season 2 probably January, February of next year.
That is amazing. Oh, wow. You never saw that coming, right?
No, because we were like, okay, God, you got to make this happen because we don't have the money.
Yeah. Well, I'm celebrating with you because that is really, really, really cool. You have now this thing you can point at and going, I'm never going to worry again because look at that,
Yeah.
That is amazing. All right. Now you're also doing, we had a little intel before as far as this really cool thing that you're offering couples. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So last year we came up with a MVP program, Most Valuable Partner program, because as we were coaching couples, and now we are not licensed marriage counselors, but we are marriage coaches. We've been doing this for 16 plus years.
Yeah.
But as we were doing this, we noticed couples would come to us, and the husband would come to us saying, fix my wife, and the wife would come to us saying, fix my husband. Yeah. And we're like, you do realize, like Cheryl told me, okay, there's a common denominator in this, and it's probably you.
Yeah, just thinking.
So we decided, you know what, we're going to focus on helping each person in that relationship become the most valuable partner, because if both of them are working to become the most valuable partner, when they come together, now they have a stronger relationship, a stronger marriage. But if one person is working and the other one's not, that doesn't work. It's a team effort, and you both have to be working on it together. So we created this thing last year called the Most Valuable Partner. We had 1 or 2 levels of membership. But then just recently, we started working on an app. So we now have an MVP app, and it is available right now to anyone. All they have to do is go to our website, iamlovebuilders.com/MVP, and they'll be taken to the information about our different levels of engagement with MVP. And we have a free level as well. So we give away a lot of free information. So this is not just about us making money, it's about us making a difference and helping people.
Yeah.
So we have a free ebook they can get. That's the first 5 chapters of our book. We have free love assessments they can take to help them learn their love persona. We have a lot of free guides and things that they can, PDFs they can download to get more information about how to help their marriages. And we have some free video trainings that are available for anyone. All they have to do is go to the app and download it and sign in.
That's an amazing thing. What a great app to have built. That's huge to have that way that you can serve everybody, and then, some of those folks are going to want more, and
right,
they're going to pay you for that. Some are going to want even more. So
absolutely. And then we have
really fantastic.
Yeah. And we have an MVP Premier product, but this product is only for about 8 couples a year. And this is a door-to-door concierge level gourmet food excursion type immersion program.
I love it.
To where we fly them into either Colorado, Florida, California, or Mexico, and and Cheryl and I basically hang out with them for a week and teach them everything we know about healthy marriages and relationships, while having fun at the same time and all that. Plus, on a gourmet, exotic location, gourmet meals, all that kind of stuff. But that's a pretty pricey endeavor, because we're taking out a week of our time just exclusively for them.
Yeah,
and it's
custom. And you're not at a Holiday Inn, in Sheboygan or something. This is an amazing thing.
Yeah, we got gourmet chef coming in every day to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals. We get maid service, plus it's at a very nice location with, of course, hot tub, and here in Colorado and during the ski season. So there's a lot of fun around it. So it's just an immersion type product, but it's very customized, and we can only do this for about 8 couples a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. And how many come like on each of these trips? Is it one trip? You do this once a year, or is it 4 times a year?
8 times.
8 times? Oh my gosh. Wow. So one couple at a time, or?
Yeah.
Wow.
One couple at a time.
Oh, that is serious. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a fantastic thing. What a great, that's transformational. People go, on vacation. Oh, I'm just going to get relaxed. Like, no, you're coming back with a whole new, life, basically.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Wow. All right. So with that, like, what would you say is like the area that you're growing the most right now in your business?
The area, well, so the TV is kind of like the base of what we do now. Yeah. It's kind of like our foundation. So we use that to be able to put everything else around it, in the app. So TV and the app basically is where we're at. But it allows us to interact with folks and then do these one-on-one excursions, but also just workshops in general. So we did a workshop for our church, for example, about 3 weeks ago, and there were like 21 couples there. Wow. So we went to Breckenridge, Colorado, and for 2.5 days, and we taught all of our stuff, and everybody was super excited. But we do those for churches at a much lower type pricing structure.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, they're gathering the people for you, so that's really, that makes it a little bit more doable to do it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right, now I want to know, it's Entrepreneurs Gone Wild, and our whole premise is we do our best thinking outside. We're able to, I feel like I connect better with God when I'm outside and just off the screens and not focusing on all the stuff.
Oh, no
I know
doubt.
you've had a really good idea. Tell us, like, where is your favorite way, or what is your favorite way to spend your time outside?
Yeah, so I have 2 actually, but one of them is our hot tub. So we bought a home last year, and it had a hot tub, and we made sure it was all functioning and working and stuff. So I've been excited about that ever since. And I try to utilize it every day, or at least every other day, even in the wintertime. So right now it's snowing, and last night was our first proper snow, if you will, for the season. But I told people on social media, that's not stopping me. I'm going out.
I love it.
I'm going out. Yeah. So I pushed the snow off the cover and stuff, and shoveled around it, and I got pictures and stuff. And then I went out there last night, So yeah, it's
That's so great.
yeah, so that's kind of like my spot because I kind of like you said, push away from everything, right? There's nothing there
Yeah.
but you in the hot tub, right? And
Yeah.
and normally this is very late at night, sometimes at midnight, 11, 12 o'clock
Mhm.
at night. It's super quiet, super peaceful.
Yeah. And the
That's how I have it.
stars and oh,
Yeah, when you can see them when it's not too cloudy. But yeah, I
yeah,
actually
that's true.
I actually like, and this is kind of interesting because at first I was mad because of the clouds. But
Hmm.
then if it's kind of partly cloudy, I have seen and taken pictures of some things that are like, okay, how did the cloud do that? Because
Wow.
I'm seeing faces, images. It's just wild, some of the stuff that I've
That's
seen.
incredible.
And sometimes I don't have my phone close by, but I start taking my phone out every night because I
Because you never know.
never know
Yeah.
what I'm gonna
I love
see.
that. And, most of the people around you are never going to see that. And you saw it because you weren't, in watching Netflix or working, you
Right.
were outside.
Yeah,
And
yes.
that's,
Yeah, so I,
that's so
I like the
great.
stars at night, but there's still a lot of light pollution where we live, so it's not easy to see a lot of stars, but
Mm,
you can see quite a few of them. But I actually
yeah,
prefer a partly cloudy night because of
that's
the
great.
clouds, the cloud show.
That's when you become a connoisseur of the outdoor like night sky, that's all right. In the second place that you love?
Yeah, so about 2 or 3 months ago, I said, you know what? I'm working way too hard right now. So I'm retired, but I'm actually working more now than I was before.
That
So,
happens.
so I said, I'm just going to block off Friday. Fridays, no, I'm just not working on Friday. So I blocked that off to go fishing. So I would put a
Mhm.
post up on social media. This is Gone Fishing Friday. So
Nice. I love it.
yeah, so I go out to the local reservoir and I put on my wader boots. So I walk out into the water a little bit. I don't have a boat yet,
Hmm.
so I just wade out into the water a little bit, and sometimes I do fly fishing, or sometimes I just cast, and just and I've caught some fish, but this is going to sound crazy, but it's really not about catching fish.
Hmm.
I mean, I love to catch fish, right?
Hmm.
But it's just something about just being out there on the water, you're just doing your thing. So I'm trying different lures. I'm just kind of just enjoying the moment. And every once in a while, fish interrupts it. It's like, oh man, I gotta go.
Right. My husband always says it's not called catching, it's called fishing. So, so wait, what do you do if you're like, if you're in a hot tub, I know, and you've got your phone, or you could, reach over, grab a paper if you get an idea. We're at the age where we don't believe that lie of, oh, I'll remember this great idea. That never happens. But if you're fishing, what do you do? Your hands are kind of full, and you're standing there surrounded by water. How do you get those ideas captured?
So I think when I'm fishing, it's more of I'm not even trying to get ideas. But
Hmm.
but if you get a really good idea, like, I don't care where you're at, hot tub fishing, wherever. If you get a really good idea, it's going to stick with you.
Mm.
But in the hot tub, I'm not taking notes either, right? It's like, um,
Yeah.
but I've gotten quite a few. In fact, the MVP program that came from the hot tub. Some of
Uh-huh.
the TV stuff we're doing came from the hot tub. I was out there, and
Amazing.
I told my wife about it. She said, "Oh, that's interesting." So we just kind of explored it and expanded it, and then turned into something. So
That's
yeah,
so great. Oh man, I love that. So when this thing has made like millions, I want you to be able to go, I got that idea outside. I was not sitting on a computer, not looking at a screen. This
yeah,
was just pure sitting outside. And
yeah, yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah.
All right,
Well,
what kind of advice or tips would you pass along to the people watching this?
well, it depends if they're married or single. So we actually have some free PDFs that we provide. One of them is called "The 7 Keys to a Healthy Relationship," and that's for singles. And then we have one called "The 7 Keys to Divorce Proofing Your Marriage."
Mhm.
And those are all free and available through the app, right? They can download those. And then we
That's
have some
great.
trainings around it. We have some video trainings around those as well. And all those are free on the app. So for singles, I just kind of go through the list real quick. So the singles is seek a good match. And it sounds of course you would seek a good match, but guess how many singles seek a good match? Very few.
Yeah.
Because they're all lovey-dovey and stuff, all googly-eyed, and then they realize, we don't really have anything in common. Yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah.
being with them when they went to go watch the football game, but I don't like football. So, but I wanted to be with them. So I just suffered through it. And then we get
Yeah.
married, and then they want to continue watching football. And you're like, really? I'm here now. You don't need football. And listen, no, I still enjoy football. Oh, so yeah, seek a good match. Pay attention to your values and their values. That's something, again, we don't do as singles because we don't even recognize any of that until it's too late, right? We're shacking up or married or whatever, and then we realize they don't really have the same values we have. They're not equal. We're not equally yoked spiritually or whatever, or maybe it's a different political thing going on, whatever. Choose a real partner, not a makeover project. And a lot of women do this, right? So
they do.
They see a man, he's scruffy looking, and but he's a man, right? I can clean him up. I can put his pants up, clean him up.
A little polish here.
I can turn him into something.
It's a fixer.
It's a fixer-upper.
Don't do that.
But no, when you find that guy, you want to find him in motion. You want to find him working, creating something, doing something, right? You don't want to see him sitting on the couch and say, I can get him off the couch. No, you can't. So you don't want a makeover project. And the same with guys, right? You want to see a woman who is already living her best life. She's doing what she does. And then you guys come together. Now you have something powerful. Like when I met Cheryl, she was a realtor. She had her own condo and stuff. I mean, she was already doing things.
Yeah.
And she found me. I had a corporate job. I was working. I had my own place. I wasn't in my mom's basement, right? She didn't have to fix me up.
Yep.
Don't try to change yourself to be somebody else. So don't pretend that you like football when you don't.
Because you're going to be watching a lot of it.
So don't change yourself. Expect good communication. So if you can't have a conversation about religion, politics, family, whatever, job, career, if you can't have those conversations with the person before you marry them, don't marry them. This is right. Don't play games and manipulate people. So if you're not interested in a long-term relationship, just let them know that's not where I'm at. Now you can get there maybe, but look, that's not where I'm at. And just be honest. And then have a bottom line. I didn't tell you about this with Cheryl. So she had a bottom line, and her bottom line is no physical relationship before marriage. Now, she wasn't a virgin at the time because she had other relationships, but she decided years ago before she met me that that was it. I'm just going to not do that anymore. So when she met me and told me, she thought that was going to run me off.
But like a litmus test. That's fantastic. It
was a bottom line.
Yeah.
But I said, okay.
You're worth it. I'll wait.
I didn't quite understand how that worked, but okay, let's do it. And it was the best thing, because we became really good friends, right? We just enjoyed being with each other. So that would be the 7 keys for singles.
That's fantastic. And 22 years later, clearly, works. So that is fantastic. Oh man. And guys, you're going to have to go on the app to get the others for married people because you can already see these are good. So
they are there.
I love this.
Yeah. So what we do is we provide the actual PDF of, the image of those 7, but then we have videos to where we do an explanation, kind of like I did, but just more expanded about each one. Yeah. All for free. So you froze.
There we are. I froze. Sorry, I'm back. Man, this is so cool. Casper, I am thrilled to meet you. I love what you're doing. I think this is, with the epidemic of divorce, I've been divorced too, remarried very happily now, but oh my
Yeah.
gosh, there's so many people that have just, it's destructive and you're fighting a good fight. You
Yeah.
are helping people and that's incredible. So, all right, tell everybody once again where they can find you.
Yes. So they can go to iamlovebuilders.com. Lovebuilders.com. The best place to go is right on the front page. There's a MVP app
Mhm.
button. Just click on that, go to the app, and you will be for free. You can get access to all this information I'm talking about.
That is beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Hang on right here. But guys, go check him out. Go check out that app. And I think you're going to be thrilled.
Yeah.